Okay, so I'm Kitty-Kat Allie. Hi, I'm doing this vlog basically for my readers. I am the author to Hetalia Fairy Tales, as well as a few other ones, but this is mainly for Hetalia Fairy Tales. I promised my readers a chapter this month, and I wanted to apologize for the late updates. As my readers know, I took the hiatus not for something for me. There's nothing going wrong in my life. It's my beta. She's going to school, and I didn't want to upload chapters without her because she's an amazing beta. You have no idea how much effort she puts into each chapter, and I don't want to update without her. So I wanted to wait until she got on break because she was having way too many problems. She just didn't have enough free time while she was in school to help me beta these stories because, as everybody notices, they're pretty long. So I said take a break. I was going to write the chapter before she got on break so she could just beta it and I could post it. I'm a procrastinator and I'm lazy. That's what happened. I did start the chapter because I knew what I wanted to do. I was really excited about it, and I started writing it a few days before her break started because I knew when she kept telling me like when it was coming, oh, okay, it's gonna be next week, and I was like, okay, well, I should start now. So I started writing it. I got about 9 pages in, and it was pretty good. I sent her the first 9 pages, and then I added a couple more paragraphs, and then for about a week, real life just kind of took over. It was incredibly, I was so furious. I was not able to write. I remembered coming home and I wanted to write, and then just something else would happen. I remembered I had to go to work. I remembered I was going to church the next day, and I just could never find time to write. And then I finally managed to sit down and write, and I got a couple more pages in, and then I had a writer's block, like the worst timing ever, right? Ended up being that I hated what I was writing. It was to the point I felt it was completely out of character, and I'm one of those fanfiction writers who cannot stand going out of character. They are preconceived characters. My job is to give you a new story with the same characters, and it was to the point that it didn't feel like the characters I wanted to write. And there's a major affliction upon the protagonist, the main protagonist, and it was just really hard to work with. And I just couldn't go back to writing. Every time I thought about it, I just was like, eh. And I actually didn't write anything. I don't even think I read fan fictions either. I'm really, really far behind on reading fan fictions. And so I finally got back to it because I knew her break was coming to an end. So I was like, okay, I'm going to write this. And I seriously wrote, like, I got home at, I don't know, I think I woke up and, like, I took a shower and then got on my computer and just wrote for over 12 hours, just mashed it out. And I finished it. Yes! And I loved it. It was amazing. I remember I was, like, at dinner and I was thinking about what scene was coming up next, and then I, like, skipped like half the story and went straight to the ending, and then had this huge epiphany. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to go right now, and I jumped up and I ran to my room, and my dad was like, what? Anyway, it was kind of hilarious. And so I got it finished and I absolutely loved it, and then realized another problem. It was 44 pages long, and I had finished it the day before she went back to school. Like, I literally finished it about 2 o'clock in the morning my time. It was really bad. So we discussed it, and I said, okay, I think I need to cut something, make it easier on her anyway, and I didn't want a chapter longer than 42 pages. So I told her what I wanted to cut, some of what I wanted to cut. I wanted her input on something else to cut, and she said, no, we're not cutting anything. And I was like, but it's really long. And she's like, we'll just split it. And I'm like, okay, we can do that. I'm okay with this. I used to want to split them, but she said they were fine as one-shots, and now it's just to the point it has to be split. Not all the chapters will be that long. I'm pretty sure the next chapter is actually going to be one of the shorter ones because I'm not used to the pairing. I've never written it before. I've betaed for it because my friend likes the pairing, but I've never written it myself. So we'll see how that goes. But It's done. I already split it. I've already proofread it, and she's already baited the first 9 pages. I sent it back to her. She will be baiting it as soon as possible, but like I said, I finished it just before her break ended. So she's in school right now. She's going to beta it anyway. It should be up. The first part's called Blood Red. It should be up within the week. We'll see how that goes. And then after that, it'll probably take another 2 weeks before the second part, Ebony Black, will be updated. So we'll just have to see. I will just do, as soon as she sends it back to me, I will put her notes in and post it within like an hour. I can do that really fast. I wanted to mention my other stories. Greatest Treasure is done. I had a few requests, and I played with the idea of doing a kind of semi-sequel where it follows the story with other characters. The specific request was to follow Alfred and Arthur. I like UK-US myself, but I wanted to keep the relationship ambiguous. Also, it was a spur-of-the-moment story, and I really don't want to continue it. I just like it the way it is. It was just to explain Romano and Antonio's story. Lovino and Antonio. Whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. I just had it in my head, and I had to get it out. You know, Spamano is pretty much my OTP. Actually, Spain with Anybody is my OTP, but my main Spain pairing is Spamano, unless it's with me. I'm totally joking. Anyway, FNL should be updated too, and I'm going to be working on that chapter next. I actually have the next 2 chapters tentatively outlined. My outlines never seem to work though, but we'll see. I really like that story, so. I'm also betaing for Leon-kun, who's my beta. I'm betaing for Ikitsumi. She does a Pokemon story, but she also does a rare pair from America and Iceland, and I am betaing for that story. And I'm also betaing for Amber. Her fanfiction name is AMG Numbers. I don't know the numbers, but she has a Spamano as well, and it's kind of like a Moulin Rouge story, and if you guys haven't read it, you should. But since I'll be betaing it, so it's going to be awesome, starting from chapter 1 and then catching up with her, so it's going to have a touch of Kitty in there, so you should read it. I'm joking, it's still Amber's story. But anyway, it's really good, you guys should read them. I'm also auditioning for George deValier's story, We'll Meet Again. It's a US-UK. It's really good because everything George touches is gold. He's amazing. You should read him if you haven't, but you guys probably have, because he's an even better writer than I am. He's the author of All Vaders and Sweetheart, and he is just a great person. I know him a little bit, not really. We PM'd every now and then because I'm a stalker. And, anyway, he's just a really great guy, and he has really great stories. So if you haven't read him, you should, because he's even better than me. He's my role model. I aspire to be as amazing as he is. And then, Ri Kitsune no Tora. She's my husband. She roleplays America to my Taiwan, and we're like the best couple ever. And she has a really great Spamano as well. I cried the entire time. Like, I read it as she was updating it, and I was just sobbing. I ran out of tissues by the last chapter. It was just beautiful and agonizing. So those are my recommendations and my advertisements. I will let you guys know how the auditions go. I auditioned for narrator and Alfred. Alfred. And I was told that my audition was pretty good, so we'll see. I will keep you guys posted on that. The auditions end August 8th, so the voting will happen after that. And I guess that's it. Once again, I talk too much. I've done this video so many times trying to make it shorter, but I always end up having something else to say, and it's still almost 10 minutes, so I'm gonna shut up. Thank you all for being here. I am going to post up a link on my profile and whatever chapters I update. I hope that people find it so they can, you know, keep abreast of my updates. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe I'm not as awesome as I think I am, but I'm totally awesome. So somebody will be here, even if it's just Amber, because I know Amber is going to watch this. Okay. Thanks, y'all.